Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you for being here with me in my tin cup here. You would think it would keep the coffee warmer, but it really doesn't because it has a big wide opening. Anywho, thanks for popping on by today. I had a little message I wanted to share with you about texting. Oh, you're new here? I'm sorry. Let me introduce myself. I'm Carey. I'm a matchmaker. I'm a dating coach. I am the host of this show on YouTube, Coffee with Carey. Also, I have an Instagram account that I encourage you all to please go subscribe over to follow me. Yeah, follow me over on Instagram. It's Coffee with Carey G. I promise to have some very positive or amusing messaging in between reminders of what episodes are live and just happened or what you might want to see. You can scroll through that. So that's over on Instagram. Anyway, texting. There is a trap that people fall into. It's a big, huge time waster. I don't want you wasting time. I want you meeting people. Meeting more people allows you the opportunity to have the opportunity to connect with somebody special. I think you know what I'm saying. If not, stick around. If you do, stick around. That's what we're talking about. It's texting like in a state of limbo, and I would like you to avoid this like the plague. Two people meet on a dating app or even in person and they start texting and they become texting buddies. They're pen pals, basically. They're texting for days, weeks, months, years on end, and no dates are happening. And you are just in limbo waiting for something to happen. And while you're enjoying this person's company online, it's not a body next to you to keep your feet warm when you're going to sleep. And I think that's your goal. If it's not your goal and you're looking for somebody to keep you busy texting and calling and being a long distance with somebody who's nearby, then just ignore this and go watch my episode on dating scams not for men only. Very informative. But that is not what most people are looking for if they're looking for a partner. And for those of you who are doing that, I would encourage you to not fall into this dating trap. And I think that this is a 100% a byproduct of what the dating apps have become in recent years. There is a plentitude of swiping that can be done. And I think that people are not willing to actually not only commit, but commit to a date, commit to get their tushes out the door and go meet somebody for a cup of coffee or a cocktail, Also, this is just another byproduct of the dating culture, which makes us aware that there are always going to be more attractive, pleasant people that we can swipe on and probably also not make plans with, right? It's that whole having more available at all times in our back pocket or at the back of our mind that makes us inactive and not actually taking that next step. And you'd be amazed too. Sometimes this culture has permeated even my own matchmaking business, where people will pay to have me search worldwide sometimes, well, at least across the country, for somebody who's a great match for them. I introduce them. They have a fantastic first date. They both say yes to wanting to see each other again. I check back a month later and I will say, oh, how was your second date with so-and-so? And they say, oh, we haven't had a second date yet. I'm like, a month's gone by. You probably have already forgotten what a great connection you had on that first date because you're now in limbo. But, even with a matchmaker, there's always going to be another date next month. So, why bother making sure that this second date actually happens? So they just let it fall through the cracks. And same thing with conversations in the dating apps. The nice conversation with somebody who you really thought their pictures were cute and the conversation is great. They seem interesting and bright and whatever else you're looking for. But somehow no plans end up happening. Boo, hiss. And whether it's my client or the dating apps, I think often this happens between date one and date two. I think it's just a product of the times. It's a part of the culture now that people have just gotten a little wishy-washier as far as making plans. And I even say it, I have to send all my clients a little summary of their feedback and my thoughts on this. And I encourage them. I'm like, please, there's nothing more frustrating to me than people who have a really, really nice connection and never get to that second date, and it all just kind of slides through the cracks and we forget how awesome that first date was. So please take the initiative and make sure that you get date number 2 on the books as soon as possible. And I would encourage you to do the same. So whether it's trying to get out on that first date or get out on a subsequent date, you get stuck at that really enjoying somebody's conversation and having a little mini relationship that's not even in person. Don't do this. Make sure that between date number 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, wherever you are, if this has become a texting relationship and you are in limbo in this texting trap, that you just stop. Do not let yourself get sucked into having real life conversations in text messages or on the phone with somebody who lives in your town and is perfectly capable of inviting you out for a cup of coffee or to go sit at the park and have a picnic or watch the kids play ball. Whatever it is, don't give of yourself so much is my advice. You do what you want, but my advice. Unless this person is face to face with you, enjoying your company, so that you can also be enjoying theirs, and you're moving things along in a positive fashion. Because otherwise you can be stuck in this dating rut of just having a pen pal. Any conversation that you're having in text messages should be plans on when you can get together, what you want to do, what that's going to look like, who should buy tickets, or where there's a great coffee shop that's hidden away, or a cool bar you just heard of, or a restaurant that has the best sushi. Those are the conversations that should be taking place in text. The deeper conversations of getting to know you and becoming more intimate, and I don't mean physical, although for some people that might play into it as well, but they should not get the benefit of getting to know you and having that type of a relationship with you if they're not willing to put some very expensive gas in the car and go meet you to hang out in person. Preliminary topics only in text, and save all the good stuff for when you're with this person on an actual date. You have a life, you have friends, you have a social life and family and hobbies and things to do. You can't be wasting your time talking to somebody via text messages or via the messenger app if it isn't going to be anything. You are too busy for that, and you cannot let a semi-stranger suck up all your time on something that's leading nowhere because nobody has the gumption to make a plan and stick to it. So that is my warning. There is a texting trap that you must be aware of, and then depending on what you're looking for, choose wisely as to whether you want to hang out in that trap or whether you want to actually get to know somebody so you can get to that next stage of dating. Enjoying somebody's company in person, holding their hand, kissing them goodbye. All that good stuff is on the other side of the text trap. Get through the hump. Get on the other side. Make that your priority if that's your priority, and let that person know that that's what you're looking for. Those are your boundaries, right? Those are your needs. Feel free to voice those to another person, letting them know what type of a relationship you're looking for and what you're willing to do to get there. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please heed my mommy's advice. She's down there encouraging you to give the episode a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed your time here at all, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. If you hit the ring bell, then you're notified every time a new episode goes live. And I'd look forward to seeing you back again soon. Thanks for stopping by today. And until next time, have a good one.